Hello, you are watching The Garden Corner Show. We are crazy passionate about everything gardening. I'm your host, J-Dog, Jonn Karsseboom. I'm here with Mr. Dave. How are you today, Mr. Dave?
I'm doing great, John.
He's doing great. He's directing because we have this $1 million contraption just to get the video rolling with me. So I hope you enjoyed it. What it is the camera on a wagon with our new guy, our new grip. We're going to call him Grip. Okay, Sting, can we call you a Grip? Is that what a grip does?
I think so. They do all kinds of lighting.
They do lighting. I thought a grip holds the microphone. Like over there, no? Right. Anyway, sorry to get distracted, but just kind of exciting for us. We're just trying out. Hey, it is post-holidays, and we've got the post-holiday blues. We've just cleared out everything that even reminds us of Christmas or the holidays, and we're back to work, and it's gray, and it's brown, and I thought we might be suffering from the post-holiday blues. So let's run with that. Let's look for some things in the garden that are blue. I've picked out 5 things I thought might be very, very interesting. So I hope you like them, but let's get right into it, okay? This is a Juniperus scopulorum gray gleam juniper. The neat thing about this guy is its form. Certainly its blue color, but as it gets older, it is just straight and columnar. Great in containers, great in the landscape. Particularly, I like them in the containers just because there's such a strong form to them. Very, very easy. Especially if you have those pots that you try to squish in between the garage doors and you only have a 2-foot room. Gray gleam junipers, if that is the area that gets hot sun, might be a good use for this guy just because it's a little more drought tolerant. Keeps its form, so if you're very, very busy and you don't have time for pruning and trimming, so this guy might be the one. Also, it doesn't grow very high, so it'll keep within that little light that you have up on top. And I'm not a big fan of putting pots underneath eaves because it feels so unnatural to go out in the middle of winter and water those pots. You know, the neighbors think you're just crazy loony because it's raining like crazy, and then you're out with hose watering. But it's because it's something you have to do because you're not getting the natural rainfall in your containers. Your big thing is that it just keeps drying out. Anyway, I totally ran off on a tangent. Gray gleam juniper, that might be something, might be a neat use for you, but it's just that striking blue color. Other one, Karsseboom lawsoniana rimplar. This guy is a rare plant. Neat thing about this one, it's also a great container plant. So use this in a very, very special area, only because it's kind of expensive. It just grows kind of rounded like that. It is soft to the touch, but it almost looks kind of like a juniper. But it's actually a Karsseboom. So anyway, round and blue, very, very easy cared. Likes to sit in that sun. It can take a tiny bit of shade, not much though. So great in a container, great in the landscape. Just use these guys for a focal point, or just use it as a form. You don't need a bunch of these guys. So anyway, Karsseboom lawsoniana rimplar. This guy here I thought was neat only because it is it's just leafy and it's blue. Now right now I don't know if it picks up in this coloring. It actually has a blue-gray foliage, and it really is striking blue in the middle of summer. This is a Helleborus argutifolius, and this is called silver lace. And like I told you in the video before, right now the heliobores, the hellebores, are starting to bloom right now, all gray and brown in the wintertime, and these guys are just going to and said, the heck with it. I'm going to bloom anyway. I don't know if, Mr. Dave, can you catch that? The heavy buds on these guys that's just ready to pop. Now, this isn't a pure white bloom. This is more of kind of a green-white bloom. Still pretty cool. So, a neat thing about this guy, too, is it can go in those really hard areas that plants have a tough time to survive. Shade, underneath conifers or trees. So this one definitely likes to sit in the afternoon shade. It can take some sun, but likes to sit in the afternoon shade. So Helioborus silver lace. This guy here. This one is a Chamaecyparis piscifera. This variety is called curly top. Neat thing about this, here, I even made the sign right here. I'm sorry. I'm soft to the touch. Well, it's sort of, kind of, it's soft. Curly. It's just, I don't want to call them needles, and I don't want to call them leaves, but it's just a really curly look to it. It grows naturally rounded. A neat one, too, that you can put in containers. And put this one on the patio, just so they're just fun to touch. I don't know what it is. So, you have a big party on the patio, and you just have all your guests just stop and touch it. So, anyway, Chamaecyparis piscifera curly tops. So, that's a neat one. Now, I brought this guy out only because this is a juniperus, and everyone will say, "Wow, juniper! I don't want a juniper. No, I hate junipers." And back in the 50s, everyone planted the junipers, the tam junipers. They got huge, and then you bought a house, and it had all these tam junipers from the old owners. So you got to take out your pickup truck, big chain, pull the things out, swear it was hot and messy, and you think, never plant a juniper again. Let me try to convince you that this is actually a well-behaved juniper. Now, what makes this one famous, this is called icy blue, is that it's very striking blue, especially when the hot sun comes out. What I can suggest on this plant is put this guy in a container because it just weeps over the edge just like that. Great also off of rock walls, and it just it can take intense heat, but it softens the edge of your pot too. So you can have just a nice a nice waterfall effect of foliage. Anyway, so that's Juniperus horizontalis icy blue. Did I get them all? I think I got all 5 of those. I hope that was helpful. That's what our show is all about, just to help you in the garden. But lest this was a complete waste of your time, here's the quote of the day. Here it is. Are you ready? Prosperity depends more on wanting what you have than having what you want. Thank you, Jeffrey Abert. That's the show for the day. Live your passion.
See me right out of the sunset on the color TV